happen under his watch. And so we are having a big demonstration tomorrow, which will be before you see this. There are demonstrations also this weekend on Saturday in Los Angeles and San Francisco, midday. If you see this before then, you may be able to find them.
And people should understand here. This is a service connecting male escorts with clients, which has been going on for 18 years. They have a float in the Pride Parade and the mayor marches.
I would say it's been going on for thousands of years.
This profession, second oldest profession.
Well, we're against sex trafficking. We're against exploitation and coercion of anybody. We're against any kind of abuse. But we're talking about people who are transacting this with full knowledge and consent at whatever age.
So, again, prior to this, a lot of mainstream groups came out for the decriminalization of consensual sex work.
UN agencies, Amnesty International,
ACLU, Human Rights Watch, the World Health Organization, because criminalizing it puts the sex workers and their clients in health jeopardy, safety jeopardy. You want to just drive everybody out into the street. And also, this is, look, rentboy.com helps a lot of probably rich and middle class people connect to clients. I mean, there are people who do sex work in the street or just are transgender walking in the street are often getting arrested for this.
Yeah.
Constantly. There have been 5,000 arrests for this in New York this year. They can arrest you in New York for, we call it walking while transgender, especially if you happen to be carrying more than like one condom.
Right.
That's proof that you are a sex worker and you're a criminal, and it is filling the jails. And then and by the way, they also use these sex trafficking rules in what I would call perverse ways, where like two sex workers live together, and then they essentially get accused of trafficking each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total abuse of the thing. Deep sex trafficking is a very serious problem and needs to be stopped, but not consensual work like this.
Again, we are against anything that is harming people. We certainly believe in pursuing that and stopping it. But this is a situation where people are not harming people. They're performing a service that is needed and desired. And if there's so many things that harm people that don't get prosecuted, whether it is the bank, yes, or any number of other things, and yet they're going after this because of some sense of morality, and that's why we put it in the same show as Kim Davis, because it is this overweening sense of I have a moral compass and you don't, and I'm going to rule over you with my moral.
I think there's some of that, and I think it's also just wanting to keep the business going with prisons and locking people up and finding something to lock people up for, so you can keep upstate economies going.
Keeping the police going.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving them something to do.
Giving them something to do, and it's an outrage.
Yeah.
It's just an outrage, but I'm really encouraged by all the different groups that have come out. All the Democratic clubs have come out for this. Rabbi Sharon Kleinbaum has come out for this demonstration. The Police Reform Organizing Project, Gay USA has endorsed this demonstration, and many others.
Yeah.
So,
And the sex workers are organizing. They're in support groups and lobbying organizations, and they're organizing politically to try to do something about
they are
this.
being put in grave jeopardy.
They are.
By this.
They are.
And
they're speaking up, and that's good.
And we're about harm reduction, and that we did it with AIDS. Look, shooting up is illegal with illicit drugs, right? But it took decades in some cases to get, and at least in this country, not in Britain, but to get our government to agree, oh yeah, it might be a good idea if we gave out clean needles so people don't get AIDS.
And when you bring people to a site for something like that, you can also bring them into treatment. That's a lot of people get into treatment by going for clean needles to a harm reduction site.
Right. And by the way, look, our view is not universal. There was an op-ed in the Times by a woman who became a prostitute when she was like 15, and she wants it totally banned everywhere, and she wants all the Johns arrested as the way to stop this. Well,
regarding that, so I'm sure from her point of view, it was an abusive situation.
It was. By you know, of course it was. I mean, but don't extrapolate your own experience for what everybody else wants to do. And she says, oh, well, you know, the people who are actually empowered are, you know, just very rich sex workers who, you know, it's a very small group. Anyway,
Whatever. Should we move on to the Pope?
well, why not? I mean, the big news this week, I mean, you know, every single big news show did a thing about how the Pope and abortion, how he's going to forgive women who have had abortions can be forgiven. Isn't it wonderful? He's liberalizing. Of course, the Vatican spokesperson says, well, we're not changing any doctrine on abortion. I didn't even realize it. You can't be forgiven by abortion except by a bishop, apparently. It is such a grave sin. So now they're going to let, wait a minute, it's a one-time only offer, folks. It's a holy year. It's a year of mercy. I'm not satirizing this. This is what they're saying. For this year only, priests, regular old priests can forgive you having an abortion. But you must be sincere about the awful thing that you did. So nothing has been liberalized here at all.
The church understands that its parishioners are in an entirely different county than they are. That they do have abortions, that they do use contraception, that they do divorce,
Some of them are homosexual.
Some of them are homosexual, and some of them are good people.
How can you judge?
But they can't,
If they reject everybody, they've got no one left in the pews. So they have this system of absolution, this get out of jail free card, because they want people back in the churches.
Yes, but you have to say it's wrong. So, I mean, gay people are not saying that what we are is wrong anymore.
I'm not supporting this. I'm explaining
yes.
why they would do that.
I mean, the Pope is, for instance, is coming to New York. He's coming to Philadelphia, and they're having this real meeting of families.